Dr. Hansol Park stood at the window of his office in Seoul, looking at the old-style electric cars moving below. He checked his simple watch and smiled. In 30 minutes, he would once again pretend that Earth was just a developing planet at the Galactic Council meeting. The year was 2245, and humanity had fooled the aliens for over 100 years. Every time aliens visited Earth, they saw exactly what humans wanted them to see: outdated technology, basic spaceships, and simple computers. The truth was very different. Hansol walked to a normal-looking wall and pressed his hand against it. A blue light scanned his palm, and the wall split open. Inside was his real office. Here, floating screens showed Earth's true power, quantum computers running at full speed, antimatter reactors powering hidden cities, and weapons that could destroy stars. "Sir, the council meeting starts in 20 minutes, his assistant's voice came through a hidden speaker. "Your old-style transport is ready." "Thank you," Hansol replied. He grabbed his outdated tablet, the one the aliens expected him to use. Before leaving his real office, he looked at one last screen. It showed Earth's true defense fleet, hidden in underground bases and beneath the ocean. Thousands of advanced ships, all pretending not to exist. At the transport station, Hansol boarded what looked like a basic space shuttle. Once inside, however, the interior changed. The shabby seats became comfortable gel cushions, and advanced screens appeared on the walls. The ship could reach the Galactic Council station in seconds, but today it would take 30 minutes, moving slowly like the primitive ship it pretended to be. Hansol used this time to review Earth's situation. The Galactic Council had 52 alien species. Most of them thought they were very advanced. They liked to help younger civilizations by taking control of their development. Earth had seen this happen to other planets. The aliens would come in, change everything, and leave the younger species dependent on alien technology. When aliens first found Earth in 2142, humans were ready. They had seen the aliens coming years before through their advanced telescopes. Earth's leaders made a big decision. They would hide their true progress. They would act weak and simple until they were strong enough to protect themselves. The transport ship arrived at the Galactic Council station. Hansol watched the ship's interior transform back into its basic appearance. He put on his best, simple Earth diplomat face and walked into the council chamber. The chamber was full of alien representatives. Some had scales, others had tentacles, and a few were just clouds of gas. They all looked down at him from their high seats, like teachers watching a young student. Representative Park of Earth, the council leader spoke. Its voice translator made it sound important and wise. "Your planet has requested full council membership again. We have reviewed your progress." Hansol pretended to be nervous. He clutched his old tablet tighter. Inside, though, he was calm. He already knew what they would say. "Earth has shown stable development," the council leader continued. "But you are still too primitive for full membership. Your space travel is basic. Your computers are simple. Your energy sources are inefficient. We recommend another 50 years of development." "We understand, honored council," Hansol said, bowing slightly. "Earth will continue to learn and grow under your wise guidance." As he left the chamber, Hansol held back a smile. In his hidden earpiece, a quantum AI reported that the council's sensors had failed once again to detect Earth's true technology level. The facade was working perfectly. Back in his ship, Hansol sent a secure message to Earth's hidden command center. "Meeting complete. Status normal. They suspect nothing." He leaned back in his seat as the ship slowly headed home, maintaining its pretense of primitive technology. Little did the council know that beneath Earth's simple surface, humanity had built one of the most advanced civilizations in the galaxy. They had quantum computers that could outthink any alien eye, weapons that could reshape reality, and defenses that could stop any invasion. But they kept these hidden, safe behind their mask of weakness, waiting for the day when they might need them. Because sometimes the best way to win a game was to let everyone think you were still learning the rules. Commander Jaiwan Lee walked through the silent corridors of Earth's hidden command center, deep beneath the Pacific Ocean. The base looked like something from a dream. Walls that changed color to show information, floors that could repair themselves, and windows looking out into the dark ocean depths. She stepped into the control room, where 50 operators sat at stations that seemed to float in the air. Their fingers moved through holograms, controlling Earth's secret defenses. Above them, a massive screen showed thousands of dots moving around Earth. Each dot was an alien ship, but none of them could see the base or Earth's true technology. "Status report," Jaiwan said, her voice calm and steady. "Commander, the Aldari Empire has moved 3 more ships into our solar system," reported Captain Taeyong Kim. He pointed to several red dots near Mars. "They say they're studying the planet's atmosphere, but their scan patterns are unusual." Jaiwan frowned. The Aldari were one of the most powerful species in the Galactic Council. They looked like tall, blue-skinned humans with silver eyes. They also liked to think they knew what was best for primitive species. "Show me their scan coverage," she ordered. The screen changed. Now it showed waves of energy coming from the Aldari ships. They weren't studying Mars at all. The scans were pointed toward Earth, trying to peek through the planet's fake technological signature. "They're getting suspicious," Jaiwan said. "How are our hidden cities holding up?" "All underground and underwater cities are secure," another operator reported. She pulled up a new display showing hundreds of dots beneath Earth's surface. These were humanity's true cities, where their advanced technology could be used freely. "The quantum shields are working perfectly. As far as the Aldari can tell, they're just reading normal rock and water." Jaiwan walked to another station where operators watched alien communications. Earth had broken the aliens' encryption codes years ago, but they pretended they couldn't even detect the signals. "Commander," called out Officer Sung Min Cho, his face serious, "we've intercepted something strange. The Aldari ships are sending a lot of messages about Earth's children." Jaiwan moved quickly to his station. "Show me." The translated messages appeared in the air. The Aldari were discussing Earth's young population, comparing growth rates and development patterns. They seemed very interested in human children between ages 5 and 15. "Send this to analysis right away," Jaiwan ordered. "And get me a secure line to Dr. Hansol Park. He needs to know about this." As her team worked, Jaiwan looked at another screen showing the surface world. Up there, humans pretended to live simple lives with basic technology. They drove electric cars instead of gravity vehicles, used phones instead of neural links, and looked up at the stars instead of admitting they could travel between them. Sometimes the pretense was hard. Just yesterday, an Aldari ship had nearly crashed due to a technical problem. Earth's defense systems could have saved it in seconds, but they had to wait and watch while the Aldari fixed it themselves. Acting weak was often harder than being strong. "Commander," Captain Taeyong called out, "Dr. Park is online in your private office." Jaiwan nodded and headed to her office. As she walked, she thought about all the hidden ships and weapons under her command. Earth had built these defenses hoping they would never be needed. But with the Aldari's strange interest in human children, she wondered if that hope was about to end. In her office, she activated the quantum-encrypted communication system. Dr. Park's face appeared in the air before her. "Doctor," she said, "we may have a problem. The Aldari are showing too much interest in our children. I think it's time to consider activating Protocol Zero Dawn." The facade had protected Earth for over a century. But as Jaiwan looked at the data about the Aldari's activities, she knew that sometimes the best defense was being ready to show your true strength. Do-hyun Kim sat in his small office at the Seoul Institute of Alien Communications, staring at his computer screen. To any alien observers, it looked like an ordinary office with old-style computers. But Do-hyun wasn't using the visible computer. His real work happened on quantum screens that only humans could see. He had been working for 16 hours straight, analyzing the Aldari messages that Commander Lee's team had intercepted. Something about their interest in human children bothered him deeply. The Aldari never showed this much interest in anything without a reason. "The translation can't be right," he muttered, rubbing his tired eyes. But the quantum eye confirmed it again and again. The words were correct, and their meaning was terrible. His office door opened, and Dr. Hae-Nul Song walked in. She was Earth's top expert in Aldari psychology and behavior. "You missed the morning meeting," she said. "Have you found something?" Do-hyun nodded slowly. "I wish I hadn't." He gestured to a chair. "Sit down, please. You need to see this." He activated the quantum privacy field around his office and showed her the decoded messages. Hae-Nul's face grew pale as she read. "The Aldari think they're being kind," Do-hyun explained. "They believe primitive species need help to evolve. They'd done this before, but they kept it secret from the Galactic Council. They find young civilizations, and—" his voice trailed off. "And what?" Hae-Nul asked, though her face showed she already knew the answer would be bad. "They take the children," Do-hyun said quietly. "They believe young minds are easier to improve. They install cybernetic enhancements in their brains and bodies. They think they're giving them a gift, the gift of instant evolution." Hae-Nul stood up suddenly, her hands shaking. "How many children are they planning to take?" Do-hyun pulled up more decoded messages. "All of them. Every human child between 5 and 15 years old. Millions of children. They plan to separate them from their families for processing. The children would come back changed, part machine, part organic, programmed to think like the Aldari." "We can't let this happen," Hae-Nul said firmly. "We need to tell Commander Lee and Dr. Park immediately." Do-hyun was already sending the message through Earth's hidden quantum network. Within minutes, a secure communication channel opened. Commander Lee's hologram appeared in the office, followed by Dr. Park's. "Show us everything," Commander Lee ordered. Do-hyun displayed all the evidence, the secret Aldari programs, the hidden facilities where they had changed other species' children, the technical details of their cybernetic improvements. Each piece of information made the situation clearer and more frightening. "They plan to announce this as a gift," Do-hyun explained. "They'll call it the gift of evolution. They think we'll be grateful. They believe we're too primitive to understand what's best for our children." Dr. Park's hologram looked grim. "How long do we have?" "Based on their communications, they plan to announce it at the international conference next week," Do-hyun said. "They've already prepared their speech about helping Earth advance. They expect some resistance at first, but they think we'll accept it once they explain the benefits." "They don't know us very well," Commander Lee said coldly. "Keep monitoring every transmission. I want to know every detail of their plans." After the holograms disappeared, Hae-Nul looked at Do-hyun. "Earth has hidden its strength for over 100 years, she said. "Do you think it's time to stop hiding?" Do-hyun thought about all the children the Aldari planned to change, about the families they wanted to break apart. He thought about humanity's hidden power, waiting to be used. "Yes," he said firmly, "some things are worth breaking our cover for. And this is one of them." Dr. Yoon Hee Kang sat in the front row of the International Conference Hall in Geneva, trying to keep her face calm. As Earth's leading genobiologist and a mother of 2 children, she knew more than most about what was coming. Her daughter Minna was 10, and her son Junho was 8. Both were exactly the age the Aldari wanted. The conference hall was filled with Earth's top scientists and leaders. They all pretended to use simple tablets and phones, but hidden quantum computers recorded everything. Above them, the hall's old-style lights flickered, hiding advanced sensors that watched every movement. Ambassador Anxith of the Aldari Empire walked onto the stage. Like all Aldari, the ambassador was tall and blue-skinned with silver eyes. Anxith smiled at the crowd in what was probably meant to be a friendly way. "Honored representatives of Earth, Anxith began. Today marks a great moment in your species' development. The Aldari Empire has chosen Earth for a special gift, the gift of evolution. Yoon-hee felt her hands tighten on her chair. Under her sleeve, her quantum communicator silently sent everything to Earth's hidden command center. We have watched your children grow, Anxith continued. They are bright, full of potential, but they are held back by their primitive biology. We can help them reach their full potential through our enhancement program. The ambassador touched a control, and a hologram appeared. It showed a human child being transformed with Aldari technology. Metal and circuits merged with flesh and bone. The child's brain was connected to Aldari computers. The process is perfectly safe, Anxith said proudly. We have enhanced many young species this way. Your children will return stronger, smarter, and ready to lead Earth into a better future. Someone in the audience raised their hand. How many children will receive this gift? All of them, Anxith replied happily. Every child between 5 and 15 Earth years. Our ships can process millions at once. The mandatory enhancement protocol will begin next month. Yoon-hee heard several people gasp. She thought of Mina and Junho, imagined them being taken away in change. Her quantum communicator vibrated softly. Commander Lee was contacting her. The word is given. The commander's message read, Protocol Zero Dawn is activated. Be ready. On stage, Anxith was still talking. We understand some parents may resist at first. This is natural for primitive species, but you will see the benefits once. The ambassador stopped speaking as all the lights in the hall went out. When they came back on, they were different. They glowed with quantum energy that the Aldari had never seen before. Dr. Hansol Park walked onto the stage. Gone was his usual humble manner. He stood straight and proud, and his simple suit transformed into an advanced command uniform. Ambassador Anxith, he said firmly, Earth rejects your gift. We have hidden our true nature for a long time, hoping to avoid conflict, but you have threatened our children. This we cannot allow. The ambassador stepped back, confused. What is happening? You are about to find out, Hansol replied. Around the hall, other humans were standing up. Their simple clothes changed to reveal advanced technology. Hidden weapons appeared in the walls. Yoon-hee touched her quantum communicator. Mina, Junho, she said softly, stay in the underground city with your father. Mommy has to help stop some aliens who wanted to hurt children. She stood up, her own clothes transforming to show her true rank as Earth's Defense Science Director. The time for pretending to be weak was over. The Aldari had threatened Earth's children, and now they would learn why humans had hidden their strength for so long. Captain Min-ki Choi stood on the bridge of the EDS Protector, Earth's most advanced warship. For over 100 years, it had hidden beneath the Pacific Ocean, with thousands of other ships. Now it was time to show their true power. All ships report ready, Captain, his second-in-command said. Around them, the bridge came alive with quantum technology that no alien had ever seen. Screens appeared in the air, showing Earth's entire defense fleet rising from their hidden bases. Send the signal to all ships, Min-ki ordered. Remember our training. Disable their ships, but no casualties. We are not murderers, even when threatened. Above the Earth, the Aldari collection ships appeared. There were hundreds of them, ready to take Earth's children. They didn't know they were flying into a trap. Min-ki watched as Earth's hidden defenses revealed themselves. Orbital platforms that had looked like simple satellites transformed into powerful weapon stations. Quantum shields appeared around every major city. The simple-looking human spaceships in orbit suddenly changed, showing their true advanced forms. Sir, his weapons officer called out, the Aldari ships are charging weapons. They still think we're primitive, Min-ki said. Show them how wrong they are. The Protector rose from the ocean, water falling from its quantum-shielded hull. Around the world, other ships emerged from their hiding places. Some came from underground bases, others from beneath the ice caps. Together, they formed Earth's true defense fleet. The Aldari ships fired their weapons, but nothing happened. Earth's quantum shields absorbed the energy like it was nothing. Ambassador Angst's voice came through the communication system, sounding confused and angry. "What trickery is this?" the ambassador demanded. "Your species is primitive. You cannot have this technology." "We chose to appear primitive," Min-Ki replied calmly. "We watched how you treated other young species. We decided to hide our strength until we needed it, and now you have threatened our children." He gave the order, and Earth's fleet moved into position. Quantum weapons activated, sending out waves of energy that the Aldari had never seen before. Their ship's engines stopped working. Their weapons went dead. Their advanced computers shut down, controlled by Earth's quantum AI systems. "Impossible," Angst shouted. "Your species is barely able to reach your own moon." "That was what we wanted you to believe," Min-Ki said. On his screens, he watched as Earth's ships surrounded the helpless Aldari fleet. "We reached the stars long ago. We built quantum computers while pretending to use silicon chips. We mastered antimatter while acting excited about nuclear power." More ships rose from Earth's oceans. Hidden cities appeared, protected by shields that made them look like normal buildings. Everywhere, humanity's true technology revealed itself. "Your ships are disabled," Min-Ki informed the Aldari ambassador. "Your weapons cannot harm us. Your computers are under our control. Now, you will listen to our terms." He looked at an image of Earth, now surrounded by its powerful defense fleet. For centuries, humanity had stayed hidden, building their strength in secret. They had hoped this day would never come. But when the Aldari threatened their children, the choice became clear. "The age of pretending is over," Min-Ki said. "Earth is not weak. We never were. And we will not let you harm our children." Admiral Seo-Jin Park stood in the center of the Galactic Council chamber. This time, she wore her true uniform instead of simple Earth clothing. Around her, the council members whispered among themselves. Many looked afraid. Some looked angry. All of them looked surprised. "You have deceived the council for over a century," the council leader said. Its voice translator couldn't hide its shock. Every report, every inspection, every meeting, all of it was false. "Not false," Seo-Jin replied calmly. "We showed you what we wanted you to see. We watched how you treated other young species. We saw how you took control of their development. We decided to wait and watch." The chamber screen showed images from Earth. They saw the quantum ships that had disabled the Aldari fleet. They watched as hidden cities appeared across the planet. They observed weapons and defenses that even the most advanced council species had never imagined. "Impossible," one council member said. "Your energy readings never showed this level of technology. Our sensors would have detected it." Seo-Jin allowed herself a small smile. "Your sensors saw what our quantum shields wanted them to see. We developed our technology in secret, always hiding our true capabilities. We hoped we would never need to reveal ourselves this way." The council leader leaned forward. "Then why reveal yourselves now?" "Because the Aldari threatened our children," Seo-Jin said firmly. "They plan to take them, change them, turn them into something they're not. This we could not allow." On the screens, they watched Earth's quantum AI systems easily break through the Aldari ship's defenses. The supposedly primitive humans had technology that made the Council's best systems look simple. "How did you advance so quickly without detection?" another council member asked. "We advanced slowly and carefully," Seo-Jin explained. "Each discovery, each invention, was tested and perfected in our hidden facilities. We built backup systems for our backup systems. We prepared for every possibility while pretending to be excited about basic spaceflight." The council chambers fell silent as they watched more images from Earth. They saw the quantum computers that could process more data in a second than their best systems could in a year. They observed the antimatter power plants that had been hidden under oceans and mountains. They witnessed the defensive systems that could stop any invasion before it began. "What are your demands?" The council leader asked finally. We have no demands. Seojin replied. We want what we have always wanted, to develop in our own way, at our own pace. We will share our technology with species who are ready for it. We will help those who ask for help. But we will never allow anyone to force their idea of progress on us or our children. The council members looked at each other nervously. The humans they had thought were primitive had revealed themselves to be one of the most advanced species in the galaxy. And they had done it not through war or conquest, but through patience and careful planning. The Aldari ships, the council leader asked, will be returned once we have guarantees that no species will attempt to enhance our children again, Seojin said. Their crews are safe and comfortable. We are not revenge seekers. We simply want to be left in peace to raise our children as we see fit. As the council chamber erupted in discussion, Seojin stood quietly. Humanity had hidden their strength for a long time. Now they would help build a galaxy where no species had to hide to protect their children. Dr. Hae-Nul Song walked into the grand chamber of the Galactic Council. The room looked different now. The high seats where council members used to look down on primitive species had been lowered. Now everyone sat at the same level. It was the first of many changes Earth had requested. Behind her, screens showed the Aldari ships still held in Earth's quantum fields. Their crews were safe in comfortable rooms, watching Earth's true cities appear from behind their hidden shields. Many of them had started to understand why humans had hidden their power for so long. Earth's representative may speak, the council leader announced. Its voice no longer sounded commanding. Instead, it spoke with respect, maybe even a little fear. For over 100 years, humanity watched and learned. Hae-Nul began. We saw how the council treated younger species. We saw the Aldari change children on other worlds. We decided to hide our progress until we were strong enough to protect ourselves. She touched a control, and new images appeared. They showed Earth's hidden research centers, where scientists had developed technologies beyond anything the Council had imagined. They saw quantum computers that could think in ways alien eye never could. They watched antimatter reactors power entire cities without leaving any trace for alien sensors to detect. We did not want this confrontation, Hae-Nul continued. We hoped to reveal ourselves slowly, to join the galactic community as equals. But when the Aldari threatened our children, they forced our hand. The Aldari ambassadors shifted uncomfortably in their seat. We only wanted to help your species advance, they said quietly. By taking our children, by changing them without permission. Hae-Nul's voice was firm but not angry. True help comes from understanding and respect, not from forcing your ways on others. She displayed new images. Human children playing in parks protected by quantum shields, learning in schools where advanced technology mixed with traditional teaching, growing up free to choose their own path. These are our terms, Hae-Nul announced. First, every species must have the right to develop in their own way. No more forced improvements. No more taking children for enhancement. The council members looked at each other, then nodded slowly. Second, Earth will share its technology, but only with species who are ready for it. We will teach those who wish to learn, but we will not force our knowledge on anyone. More nods from the council. Third, we will help create new laws to protect developing species. No more treating them as resources to be harvested or controlled. Every civilization deserves the chance to grow at its own pace. Hae-Nul looked around the chamber. Some council members looked relieved. Others seemed worried about losing their power over younger species, but all of them understood that things had changed. Finally, she said, Earth will join the Council as an equal member, not as a primitive species to be guided, but as a civilization that chose wisdom over pride, patience over power. The Council chamber was quiet for a long moment. Then the Council leader spoke. Your terms are acceptable. Earth's patience and restraint show a wisdom many of us forgot. Perhaps it is we who need to learn from you. Hae-Nul smiled slightly. Humanity had hidden their strength for a long time, building their power in secret. Now they would use that power to help create a better galaxy, one where no species had to pretend to be less than they were. Dr. Sun Wu-Chia stood by the window of her quantum-shielded home, watching her children play in the garden. 6 months had passed since Earth revealed its true power to the galaxy. The world had changed in ways that still amazed her. Above the garden, ships from different alien species flew through the sky. They no longer pretended to be simple vessels. Earth's quantum technology had spread to friendly species, making travel between stars easier than ever before. "Mom," her daughter called out. "Teacher says we're getting new classmates tomorrow. They're from the Aldari Empire." Sun Wu smiled. After the Terra Accords were signed, many Aldari families had asked to live on Earth. They wanted to learn why humans had chosen patience over power, wisdom over force. Now their children played together with human children, learning from each other naturally. Her quantum communicator buzzed softly. Dr. Hansol Park wanted to meet. Sun Wu touched the device, and a hologram appeared in her living room. Hansol looked tired but happy. "The last Aldari enhancement facilities have been shut down," he reported. "Every species now has the right to develop at their own pace. No more forced evolution. No more taking children." Sun Wu watched her children playing with their new toys, advanced devices that would have been hidden just months ago. "How are the younger species responding to our help?" "Better than we hoped," Hansol replied. "We're teaching them gradually, letting them learn at their own speed. Some want to advance quickly, others prefer to develop slowly. We respect both choices." Through her window, Sun Wu could see one of Earth's hidden cities that had risen from underground. Its quantum shields now sparkled in the sunlight instead of hiding the buildings. Advanced technology worked openly alongside traditional ways of life. "The Council has changed too," Hansol continued. "New laws protect developing civilizations. No species can force their technology or ideas on another. Earth's patience taught them a valuable lesson." Sun Wu remembered how hard it had been to hide their true capabilities for so long. Every time they saw other species struggling with problems Earth could easily solve, they had wanted to help. But they had waited, building their strength, preparing for a day they hoped would never come. "The children ask fewer questions now," she said, "about why we hid, why we waited so long. They're beginning to understand." Hansol nodded. "Sometimes the greatest strength is knowing when not to use your power. We could have revealed ourselves years ago, but we waited until we had no choice. When they threatened our children, we showed our power. But we used it to protect, not to control." Outside, more children had joined the game in the garden. Human children played alongside young aliens from different species. They used advanced toys that would have been hidden months ago, but they played simple games that children had enjoyed for thousands of years. "A new generation will grow up without having to hide who they are or what they can do," Sun Wu said softly. "They'll learn to use power wisely because we showed them how." As the sun set, its light caught the quantum shields that no longer needed to stay hidden. Earth had kept its secrets for over 100 years, building strength while appearing weak. Now that strength would help create a better galaxy for all species, especially the children they had fought to protect. The age of hiding was over. The age of wisdom had begun.